Hello folks, what we have here, we just bought this about a week ago. It's a Coachmen Clipper Classic 1285 SST, and just wanted to show it to you a little bit, but the main reason I wanted to give some cautionary tales on a couple of things. One in general for setting it up, and then one for this one maybe in particular, especially with having two king beds, something that I grew up with pop-ups, and this was never an issue before with how the beds come together, in my experience, which is limited. But just an FYI, if you're looking at something like this, they're real nice campers. It's got this lovely slide out. But a couple of things. One, I put this camper away, put it down yesterday because it was actually dry. The time we bought it, the day we bought it, and the whole time, most of the time we've had it, it's been raining, so we set it up because it got put down wet, but just to keep it from growing mold and mildew, we had it up until it dried. But when it was dry, I decided let's put it away, and it was my first time putting it away on my own. Me and my son helped me. He's a little handy boy. He's always right there giving Dad a hand, which is good. I got three others that don't really care. But what I did is I put the slide out in first before I slid the beds in. And what that does is it allows all that fabric to be potentially in the way of the slide outs coming in, the bed slide outs. So if you look close, I had the bed rail went right through there. And when I saw that, it wasn't a good feeling. But good news is Walmart carries it's a Camco brand designed specifically for this. I put it on the inside as well, and I had a little one here, and so far it's sticking like a champ. Amazon has something called Tear Aid. They have one for canvas and fabric, and then another one for vinyl products, like for towables for your boat and air mattresses and stuff. So far so good. If it holds well, I'm fine with it. You can see the sun coming through the crack, the slit there on the inside. So I'm not thrilled about it, but you know, it's 4 years old. It's 2013, and it already has a couple little things that, you know, it's not perfect. And if you want to keep it perfect, don't ever use it. So, you know, live and learn. And but just on your slide outs, I'd recommend, you know, making sure your beds are in, having a spotter inside, making sure that nothing's getting caught. If you feel resistance, stop, check. You know, when I do that, when I was sliding in that rear bed, I had a couple pieces of resistance, and then I stopped and I looked and I thought, you know, but I missed it. But don't get in a hurry. Make sure, like I said, make sure you're stopping if you got resistance. And just be careful. And like I said, when you got these slide outs, put the beds in first. Like on the roof rail that holds the roof up, you got to put that down first because the beds slide over that. But as far as the fabric goes and the slide out, actually, leave that out so you don't have that potential problem. And even on this side, the bed rail will want to catch right here coming from the other end. So if you're coming in with that bed rail and you're forcing it, you're going to rip that, and that's going to be a lot bigger of a problem than a little slit on the inside of the camper canvas there. That's going to take a little more of an expert hand than just some inexpensive repair tape at Walmart. So you can see on the inside, got that little light coming through, but like I said, so far, see a couple other little things that must have been fighting, but I covered those too. And you know, at the end of the season or before the start of, turn that fan off there, and that does throw a lot of air. They're nice to have. You know, like I said, at the end of the season or maybe at the beginning of next, you know, if I'm getting some other things, you know, small things touched up, you know, something I could look into having replaced. I don't know what the cost would be, but I know a lot of them are designed to have you know, there's a zipper here and another one in that corner down there, so that might just be a piece that's pretty easy to change out. But like I said, if that adhesive holds, it's not that big a deal, and I'm sure we'll have other ones over the years. But again, the other thing I wanted to point out, and you can see, you know, we've just filled it in with all the cushions and stuff, and getting it ready. Put a microwave in it. Got everything working, the AC, heater, fridge, water heater, everything seems to be working, so that's all good. We got the bed folded down. I've got the door folded up. It's up on the roof. Just weren't planning on being out here that long today. But the other thing, and this is more universal for pretty much any pop-up or camper, I had all 4 stabilizer jacks down there, scissor jacks, and they're actually kind of the heavier duty ones on this unit. But and so they were holding it. It's been up for over a week sitting here, and the ground, it's, like I said, it's been wet, but as you can see, we've got some things going on, tools about and floor jack and all that. But what happened, I just had a small little piece of a 2x4 underneath the tongue jack there, and we were all in there, just not roughhousing, or the kids weren't roughhousing or anything, but there was just enough movement to where that 2x4 kind of rolled, and the wheels weren't chocked, and I can only anticipate the comments already, but again, with the jacks down, I really did feel like it was secure, and it wasn't. So we spent some time getting all of them off. They weren't all totally jacked, but they were all, a couple of them were really, really bad. They twisted and everything. Good news is the mounts they bolt up to, those were all fine. So you can see, this is one of them. That's probably one of the worst ones. See, that's supposed to, yeah, it's not supposed to be twisted, obviously. Or this one is, you really couldn't tell too much that it's been traumatized, but it's, if we're going to go up and replace them all, they all looked pretty scary when they were still mounted underneath the unit. And so they're not cheap, but they're not crazy expensive. So while we're at it, my wife is on her way back from town getting the jacks, and then we're buying I don't know what you exactly call it, but the thing you put underneath your tongue jack there to sit right into it, and it's got a nice pad that won't let it just move on its own. And then some wheel chocks, and I'll probably get some pads for the stabilizer jacks, especially as wet as it's been around here. We were really at more risk than normal for this kind of thing, but I'll take the blame. So, you know, comment as you will. But, you know, there is a little bit of a beginner's curve here, even though I grew up with pop-ups. It's been a while since I've had one on my own, and this one's definitely a lot bigger and a little more to it. But anyway, maybe sometime I'll take a video when it's a little happier news. But these are really nice units. So far, we're really happy with it. So far, I recommend it. But like I said, just be careful closing up with the beds on takedown. And then again, with any unit, any kind of rolling RV, of course, just make sure you're being overcautious on chalking up your wheels and having it where your tongue jack can't move and all that good stuff. So thanks for watching, and hope it was helpful to somebody, and happy camping.